probably thinking a few things. One, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't expect to see Brittany so soon. Usually I have to wait at least a whole month or 2 before I see her. But I've actually gotten a lot of stuff done in the past few weeks. And the other thing you're probably thinking is, oh my goodness, there's somebody else with her.
There is?
Yeah, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm seeing things. So if you saw our video, or one of my previous videos, it's probably back in about March, I'm thinking, you met this guy. His name is Tommy, and he is he's my birthday twin. I mentioned him even before he appeared in the videos as my birthday twin, which means we were born on the same day, the same year. And so he's one of my best friends, / my best friend. And back in like February, I taught him to stitch. So he guest starred on one of my earlier videos this year. And now he's back. He's been gone and separate from me for months and months now, but he has finally returned to me here in New York City. And he's living here in the house. So
happy to be back.
Yes. Yeah. He was out in Nebraska doing a few shows.
5 shows.
5 shows. So he was working hard. And last video he was in, he showed off some of his stitching work. So when I knew I was doing a video today, I was like, oh, Tommy, I don't think they ever saw that one project finished. And he was like, oh, and you want to show it to Flosstube? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I've done in the past 5 months.
I told him not to worry. He was like, they're going to laugh because I only got this much done in like the last 5 months. And I was like, no, we all understand. I think most of us on Flosstube and in the stitchy community have projects that have been months / years.
Just very busy in the meantime.
Yes. Yeah, just a little busy doing 5 different shows, sometimes 3 different shows in one day.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah. It would be pretty tough. Fun, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But tough.
Definitely.
So, the reason Tommy is here is because he has a finished object. So you saw his fox, you saw his owl. This is his 3rd finished project, and this is his final fantasy.
Like flying in the
wind. Is. It's so hot here. We have a fan going.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not too noisy, but. So go ahead and put it up there next to the camera so they can actually see him.
Here he is.
So
he was about halfway completed last time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's he from again?
Final Fantasy, the original one.
The original Final
one.
Fantasy.
Yep.
What is he?
He's a black mage.
He's a black mage, and we saw this fabric at the LNS in Madison, in Wisconsin, when we were there, and Tommy thought it was perfect for this guy.
Because he casts a lot of fire spells.
Because he uses fire magic. So, that's finished. And what's really cool is that this pattern is available for free. BirdieStitching. She has a Tumblr. I think she also has another website. And I will link that below in case you're interested in looking for it. They have all the
lots
a
of
few
video
other
game ones.
Lots of video game ones, and then what would you say? Some other
of the sprites
the
from the original
sprites.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from others of the games, but these are just really cool stitching patterns because they're that 8-bit kind of look, and it works
one,
really well for.
Yeah, especially this one. I love the different colors on his hat, like especially, and his little gloves.
I like the different colors. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the different colors in the robe too. Really, like.
So get up
very
there.
subtle.
Take a look at that. Yeah, like when we were buying them, I feel like Tommy, there's a lot of different colors in there actually, and we were both kind of like, oh, these all look kind of the same, but I was like, trust the pattern.
Yeah. Then once you put them on there, it's like, oh.
So he looks really cool, especially with like the flame coming down from the corner. And, we're gonna look for a frame to put this guy in.
Yeah.
I'm going to share a finished object with you right now because I have Tommy with me and because it was his welcome home present.
Yeah.
As some of you might remember, I was doing a series of 6 Pokemon for my birthday twin, and this is the 5th one. I'm almost done. I only have one more. And this one, you can show it. This is Electabuzz. So, yep, there he is.
There he is.
And I actually am really pleased with how this one came out. The colors on it are really cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Electabuzz is an electric type, known to inhabit power plants and caves, and I don't really know much about him.
Either, really.
Like what he does. Or...
I like him, though.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's really fast.
He, some people like to think he's like maybe a tiger guy, because he has stripes and fangs, and he's kind of furry. But, he's just kind of a weird electric monster.
Humanoid.
Yeah, a little humanoid, but a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's often kind of considered in the same group as, like, there's a Magmar, who's a fire type.
They're kind of they go together.
Yeah. So that's Electabuzz. That's one of my finishes. I have a few more to show you later, but I figured since Tommy was here, he could share it too, since it was his present. And we think that we're going to, this frame will be the perfect size for his Fire Mage too. So I think that's probably something close to what we'll put his little mage in too. And they'll look really nice.
Yeah.
So,
hooray.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not too much. I'm hoping I'll convince him to get back into stitching since he's here now. I actually have a really good friend of mine who was my roommate, who I made the hot stuff pattern for. She just picked up cross-stitching earlier this year. So I would love, and I have another friend who lives in Brooklyn that cross-stitches, and then
have a cross-stitch party.
That's what I'd like to do. Have a little stitching get-together. Maybe if the weather gets nice in September, we can go to Central Park and sit outside and just do some stitching.
Sounds like a dream.
Because he has another project kitted up. That would be really cool to have stitched on the wall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed seeing from Tommy. I posted about him in Stitch Mania the other day, and I know, Letitia, you asked how Tommy was doing. So here he is. He's doing well, and he does have a finish, but he hasn't stitched in a while. And that happens.
Whoops.
It's okay. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping in, Tommy.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
I'll probably see you.
You'll see me
later tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, so Tommy will say goodbye.
Bye.
And until next time.
See ya.
So I'm back, and look, Tommy's turned into a cat. No, I'm just kidding. That's my cat, Daenerys, of course. Oh, she left. She came in here, and I was like, Flosstube would probably really like to see you. They always tell me how pretty you are. And then she jumped up on here. So I guess she only just wanted to make a cameo. She didn't want to be in the whole video. But anyhow, I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing Tommy again, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing the cat for just a second. I didn't really get to do my catch up on life because I didn't want Tommy to have to sit here through all of that and listen. But I'm doing much better than I was last time. I think sometimes, you get kind of in a rut and you have to just kick your own butt to get out of it, and things seem to be looking up. I have a job interview next week, and actually just in 2 days, so I'm hoping that goes well, and I hope that I'll be busier working and doing some stuff soon as well. I also went to a couple auditions this week that I wasn't sure I was going to be seen at, and I did get seen at them, and that's always a plus. Sometimes because I'm not part of the actors union, I go to these union auditions, and sometimes they do see non-union people and sometimes they don't. And this time I got seen at both of them, so that was very exciting. I have a few more auditions coming up in the next few weeks that I'm planning to go to, so I think overall, after I made that video and after, all of that stuff, I kind of told myself, you need to get going, pick yourself up, and get stuff done. So that's what I'm trying to do, and so, yeah. unlike last time, I actually do have quite a bit of stitching to show you this time, and I guess after that I'll go ahead and jump into that. I don't think I have anything else exciting to tell you. So I think, yeah, let's just dive right into stitching. Oh, I do want to say I am going to be talking about a giveaway a little bit into the more towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around if you want to hear about that. It's not a Flosstube giveaway, it is on Facebook, but if you're looking for something free that's kind of stitchy related, make sure you stick around towards the end, and you'll hear about that when I get to that part. So let's go ahead and talk about stitching, like I said we were going to do, a minute ago. So I had a few finishes this month. You already saw Electabuzz, which I finished up for Tommy and actually made that into an FFO so that I could give it to him as sort of a welcome back gift. He had been gone, it had been like 3 months or so since I saw him last, so I wanted to say, hey, welcome home, I missed you, and here's a cool stitchy gift, and he really liked it. It's in his room with his other Pokemon right now, so it'll be fun to see it, the whole little collection complete. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how Electabuzz turned out. One of the other finishes I have to show you is, if you remember last week I showed you the pin cushion that I sent to Emily at Eclectic Creations, and I also showed you the cat pin cushion that I'd made. I'm really happy to state that the cat found a home with a Flosstuber, so that was really exciting, and I'm so happy that it went to somebody who, watches my videos and who's active on YouTube, and because, the cat went well. Oh, and I actually already showed you the beginnings of this guy. I was stitching his belly in the last video, and that was a moon with clouds in front of it, and he turned into this little owl. So there you can see the moon. It has a few little craters in it, and then it has some clouds, and then the sky part around the moon is actually that dark navy color. I think he turned out really nice. His fur has kind of black at the very bottom of it, and it fades out and is highlighted in more of a brownish gray. So it's a really nice fur with lots of different shades in it, and he has the hand-painted eyes like my other little critters, and a felt beak, and little wings, and a little tail. So if you're interested, this guy is for sale in my Etsy store. I'm definitely going to be putting a link to that in my video description, so check him out if you're interested. So yeah, just a little owl. Unlike the others, he's stuffed with the walnut shells, so I don't know if you can hear him. He's fun to squeeze. He would make a great pincushion / stitchy buddy for somebody. So I finished him. I actually finished another cross-stitch pincushion. It was really cool because somebody from Flosstube, and I'm not sure if she'd like me to mention her, so I'm not going to say her name, but someone from Flosstube contacted me through my Etsy store and said, your pincushions are really cute, and if you made a bunny, I would be really interested in purchasing it. So we chatted for a little bit, and I said, well, what colors are you interested in, and what kind of belly do you want him to have, and all of that stuff. And after we had figured out everything, I got to work, and then this little rabbit is the result. So you can see, of course, he has long floppy ears, and he has the same hand-painted eyes, and the client said that she really liked teals and / turquoise and blues and greens, and so I picked 958 I think was the color that I used for the stomach, and we figured out that just a basic pattern on the stomach would look really nice. So I'm really proud of this little rabbit, and the white fur is so super soft, and I hope that you know who I'm talking to. I hope that you really enjoy your Stitchy Buddy and it works out well for you. I had a great time making him. And then my last finish is, so you know I've been doing my rotation, which has been based on how old my whips are, so I'm working through my whips using a goal-based system, so I kind of pick something I want to finish in the pattern, whether that's a color or a section or a shape or something like that. And once I hit that goal, I can move on to the next one. This was out of order. This was not its time in the rotation, but I can't remember why. Just, was it yesterday? Well, maybe 2 days ago I wanted to get back started stitching on it, and I finished her yesterday. And it might have something to do with the fact that Lindy Stitches just finished her whole set, and they are so adorable. But this is the Brooks Books Advent Animals, day number 6, and that's Cashmere Camel. She's so adorable, such a well-dressed, classy lady. She is wearing her best for the holiday, and I know that other people have stitched her have mentioned, I love that she has the nail polish down there, and her little toes, and her lipstick, and she's even wearing eyeshadow. And of course, you know, maybe it's Maybelline, but I have a feeling that she was born with those eyelashes, because most camels have those long, luxurious eyelashes. And something I noticed, I don't know if Brooke did this on purpose or not, and I haven't heard anyone commented on it, but I found it interesting that she had 1, 2, 3 presents with her, because you know, it's tradition nowadays that the 3 wise men came on 3 camels and brought 3 gifts to the baby Jesus. So I don't know if Brooke did it on purpose or not, but I thought it was kind of neat that Cashmere had 3 gifts that she's bringing for Christmas. So I'm really pleased with how she came out. She's so darn cute, and it was nice to have another little finish, because I'm considering all of these little Brooks Books animals kind of their own start and their own finish. I have not started the next one. Number 7 is the penguin, who looks a little tipsy. I have not started him, but it was fun to get Cashmere done and to work on something small that I could really see some nice progress on. Speaking of my rotation, I'm going to go ahead and go into my whips, because most of the rest of the things I worked on are continuing through my rotation. The last piece that you saw me work on last video was my Napping Kitten. So after Napping Kitten comes Warm and Fuzzy Kitten. Napping Kitten and this one and most of the next projects were started in Stitch Mania 2015. So it's been nice to get some work done on it. All of these projects I also worked on Stitch Mania of this year. So Warm and Fuzzy Kitten was at this point last time you saw it. And that was after the one day I worked on it for Stitch Mania this year. And this is what it will look like. It's just a really sweet, warm, and fuzzy kitten sitting in the sunlight with all of the sun just illuminating all of those little furs sticking off of him. Just so fuzzy. And this is where I've gotten. So I only had a quick goal. I would have liked to work on this more, but Electabuzz, the project I finished for Tommy, was after this project in my rotation, so I really wanted to move on to that one. And so I had a small goal, and that was to finish the symbol I was working on, or to finish the color I was working on here. And I should have remembered that this one doesn't like to show up very well. So let me try this. That should help, yeah, that I think is going to help a little bit. So I finished up that color, very simple. Like with Napping Kitten, it's fun when you get to the point where it starts kind of looking like what it's supposed to look like. You can kind of see the ears and the eyes and the nose. Or as Carolina said, it's Groot. And because the face still looks the same, it still kind of looks like Groot. But, yep, that's Warm and Fuzzy Kitten. Next time I work on this, I'm sure I'll move on to a new color, and maybe I'll work at finishing another color. I saw somebody recently working on this in Stitch Mania, and she was, I guess, working on like a section or maybe so it's split in half on the pattern, and the pattern folds, so maybe she's like working on just that top page, but she's filling in all the colors as she goes, and so she had like half of the cat's face done, and I immediately recognized it because I've looked at this a lot, and it really, really looks nice when all the colors are in there, and it actually really does look fuzzy, and that lighting effect is really cool. So I'll be looking forward to getting around to that again, but I have plenty of things to work on before I do. So after Warm and Fuzzy Kitten was Electabuzz, which you saw I finished, and then after Electabuzz was the last Pokemon that I'm stitching for Tommy, and that is a Pokemon called Quilava. And I started at Stitch Mania 2015, worked on it for a day during Stitch Mania 2016, and got to this point. And then here's where I got working on it this round of my rotation. So there's actually only 2 colors left on this, a yellow and a white, and it would have been really easy to finish it up during this rotation, but I kind of wanted to save it, 1, for when I need a quick finish, and 2, for another special occasion, so I have something to give to Tommy for a present. So who knows, it might not be done until Christmas, or if next time I'm coming up to it in my rotation, I am feeling like I want to finish it, I will. But yep, that's Quilava. Quilava is another fire type Pokemon. It's kind of a hedgehoggy badger type Pokemon, and it has flames instead of quills, or like porcupine-ish. It's a pretty neat Pokemon. So yeah, that's Quilava. I also got to work on my next rotation project, which is also my next oldest whip besides the ones we've been through so far, and that is my DesignWorks Heartfelt Be Joyful kit. And this again, like the other ones, was started in Stitch Mania of 2015. I worked on it for 1 day in Stitch Mania 2016, and it turned out like this. And here's where I got during this rotation. I'm so excited! Look at that adorable bird! So, I really wanted to keep working on this. I had a lot of fun. The colors are so bright and beautiful. This is actually the one I worked on the day I had my auditions and was able to work on something and feel productive when I was just sitting around in the holding room. So, yes, I didn't want to stop on this, but as I was stitching, up until now, I've kind of, done, oh, I'll get this color finished. But as I was stitching this bird, I was like, I just have to finish him. So there he is. He's going to take a lot of back stitching before he'll be finished. And maybe I won't wait until the end, but once I kind of got the bird done, I was thinking, I'm ready to move on to something new. So that's my Be Joyful bird. I'm really excited to see how it looks. I think it's super cute. And as I've mentioned with these kits before, although this one's not too bad actually, so maybe I won't say it. Some of the others of kind of this version, or this theme kit, series of kits, the colors don't look a lot like the colors that come in the kit, but this one is a little better. At least the turquoises and the rusts look right, but I think the reds are a lot brighter. They're going to be a lot brighter, if you can see here. But yeah, I got that little bird done, which was great. Felt really good. Just these last few weeks, I really felt like I've gotten some good progress done. And I even hit... Sorry, I just found a needle, and I'm like, oh gosh, which one of the whips did that needle fall out of? So I guess I'm going to set it right here and figure that out after this video. So I even got another kind of check finished off. And that is on my Mystery Dragon Sal that I'm designing to be published next year and be available for sale, and probably in December, either November or December, to give people enough time to do the border. But I got the border done. So I was partially around last time you saw it. This fabric is called Gossamer. It's by Picture This Plus. And this piece in particular is a fat 1/8, and it is 13 by 17. So you can see you have, you know, a decent amount of fabric to work with. It's a little short on the sides. Oh, it's 28 count. I forgot to say, I think. But this is an even weave, and it's a really, really beautiful light yellows and greens all modeled together. It's called Gossamer, like I said, so it makes me think of fairies and dragonflies and all of that kind of stuff, and I think it's going to work well for this piece. The border is done in an old autumn gold type color, and I picked that because, like I mentioned in the last video, I thought since the dragons are like little jewels themselves, it would be kind of fun for the border to be like a gold setting for the stones, the gemstones, and yeah, I'm really excited to have this finished. I took some pictures of it today, so that means next I can do one of the dragons and just make sure they look okay. I did finish designing the whole thing, so once I get example pictures and things done, which I should be able to do before the end of the year when it's set to release, then, you know, it'll be really exciting to be able to put that one out there and see, hopefully, how other people will stitch it, or how they enjoy stitching it, which, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I've had some good response so far, and we'll see how that translates into people who actually want to stitch it. If you don't remember what this Dragon Sal is, if you haven't been watching, this is your first time watching, I am doing a mystery sal that's going to be releasing one part of the pattern each month, and it's going to be dragon birthstone themed. So each little square section that you saw in there is going to be a dragon in the colors of the appropriate birthstone with the little birthstone somewhere next to them. And something that I'm really excited about is each month I've tried to make it a different species or a different type of dragon, and my plan is in the pattern to type up some trivia about that species or type of dragon, and maybe some trivia about the birthstone itself. And something else kind of cool that I'm doing with it, I think, is that there's certain months where some birthstones have become more popular than others. For example, June has the pearl, but also alexandrite is an appropriate birthstone for the month of June. So I have two different color options that will be coming out. It will be the same dragon, but you'll have two color options to choose from depending on what you'd rather have. And I have the same thing for October and the same thing for December, because those also have kind of two popular options for gemstones. And yeah, it'll be my first mystery sal that I've designed. I enjoy participating in them, or at least I enjoyed last year when I did the Storytime Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, so I'm hoping that people will enjoy this one. I love dragons, so of course I'm excited to stitch one of them up and see how cute it's going to be. So, yes, that's all of the whips I worked on. I do have one new start. I finished a few things this month, so I figured, you know, you can have a new start. And Sonia at Cat Crazy Creations, I'm mentioning this to you because this is what I think that I'm going to do for what we discussed, and hopefully it'll be all right. So I had bought this book off eBay. It's called Nestling Sampler. It's by Country Cross Stitch. It says it's book 67 over there, and it's just these really cute little birds on branches. And I'm actually stitching the little goldfinch right here. And I'm also going to be stitching the warbler. It's like a Townsend warbler. It's this guy. Because I think I'm going to be able to shape it. They have the same color branches and flowers, and I think I'm going to be able to shape it so it kind of looks like he's on a branch above the other guy and they're looking at each other. It's these two here. And so it's kind of taking two smaller cross-stitch pieces and making them into a bigger one. And so I'm using 18 count oatmeal Aida, and this is, you know, a project that I wouldn't necessarily, you know, have anything to do with. It's cute and I'm really enjoying stitching it, but it doesn't necessarily go with the rest of the things on my wall, which are like dragons and cats. I mean, that's my aesthetic, dragons and cats. So I actually got pretty far on this. I only started it yesterday, and I got the goldfinch done. So his branch will come out this way a little bit, and it will come up to about here with the pretty pink blossoms. And then the goal is to have him there and have the other guy's branch come about right here and kind of make it look like they're looking at each other. I'm hoping it will turn out nice. We'll see. But I do think that this little bird is looking really cute. I'll show you again. That needle minder you see there is a pony called Fluttershy. It's a pin that I got from BronyCon, and I turned it into a needle minder. And I picked it for this project because Fluttershy is known for being very good with animals and having lots of animal friends. And she actually, I'm pretty sure, has a bird choir that she teaches to sing. So I thought, oh, that's very fitting. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I'm having a great time. Alright, that is all of my stitching. This next section does contain news of the giveaway, so stick around if you like. However, this next section I think is going to be maybe something regular, maybe not, or maybe semi-regular. It's going to be a new section that I don't normally do. It's just going to be Ingleside Imaginarium updates. So Ingleside Imaginarium is my Etsy store. It's kind of, I guess, my brand. My art dolls that I sell are marketed under it, and then my cross-stitch patterns are also marketed under Ingleside Imaginarium. So I think what I'm going to do is week by week, if there's something cool that I've made, or not week by week, because I am not here week by week, but video by video, if there's something cool that I've made in my Etsy store that I want to share with you guys, I will. Any news about new patterns, I think will come here, because I have a few new patterns that I wanted to share with you, because I think they turned out pretty nicely. And anything like, well, I have some little guys that I'm going to show you here. Any new dolls that I make, that kind of thing, I'll show you here. So probably we'll keep those to the end of the videos, that if people want to jet out early, that's fine. They don't need to stick around to hear about it. Only because I feel a little awkward talking about, you know, what's in my Etsy store and you know, telling you guys what's for sale. And I hope it doesn't come off like, these things are for sale, buy them, and more like, oh, these things are really cool. If you're interested in them and you want them, they are for sale. I just, you know, it just feels creepy to me to be like, you know, I don't know. But anyhow, if you want to stick around, you're welcome to. If not, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. So, there are a few new things in my Ingleside store. After I made the first few pincushions, I thought these are really cute to make, and I wish I could make some more, but they just take such a long time with a little stitching bit to do. So what I decided is I was going to try and make a few with just quilted or quilting prints to put on their bellies. I have a lot of leftover quilting fabric from when I made a baby quilt and from some other projects that I've done in the past. And so I made 3 little pincushions that just have a quilting print for their tummy. So the first one is this wolf, Oops. So you can see there he has a cute purple flower print for his tummy. He has a bushy tail and the hand-painted eyes as well. Sorry I keep itching my nose. I know it's the Flosstube curse, but I have a fan blowing on me and I think it's blowing all of my little hairs into my nose and tickling it, so I keep itching. So this wolf, he has 2 ears, of course, that I made and put on him. He has the same hand-painted eyes that his fellows do, and a little felt nose. I think he turned out really cute. A really cool fur. It's very dark at the bottom, but it gets lighter. Kind of has that grizzled or salt and pepper kind of look to it. So that's my wolf. And then I made a dragon. So I don't have any fabric that would work for like a scaly dragon, but I thought that this green fur would be nice for a fluffy dragon, a very fuzzy dragon. So you can see he has the same hand-painted eyes. I picked a red for him, and he has 2 horns. He has wings, a little flower print yellow belly to go with his yellow spines on his back, and a long tail. So there's a little dragon. I think he turned out really cute and real fluffy. I like him a lot. And these types of pincushions I am selling for a little less than the ones with the stitched tummies because they do take less time to make. But the exciting thing about these guys is recently I decided I was going to try and revamp my Ingleside Imaginarium Facebook page so that I could keep it up to date more with my cross-stitch patterns and hopefully use it as kind of a news source for when I do release new patterns or what I'm working on currently, if there's any new pin cushions. And I'm trying to increase, you know, my social media presence with it. And because of that, I am hosting a giveaway on my Ingleside Imaginarium Facebook page. And that giveaway is for this 3rd pin cushion. So if you like my pin cushions, but you just think, oh, well, I can't afford that right now, no worries, you have a chance to win one for free. This is the fox that I made. So you can see there he actually uses 3 different colors of fur. He has a white fur, a rust-colored fur, and a black fur on his ears. And he's got longer fur here on his cheeks to give him kind of that pointed fox kind of look. And a cool green belly. I love that bright green with the rest. We redheads look good in green, it's true. So yes, this guy right here, they're all filled with the walnut shells, of course. This guy right here, he is available as a giveaway prize on my Facebook page. All you have to do is go to my Facebook page, like it so you can stay updated when I post new things, and also just comment on the giveaway post. It's pinned to the top of my Facebook page, so you should be able to find it when you get there. It's going to be open, I believe, until the 12th of September, and that's when I'll gather all the names of people who have commented on that post and liked the page, and I will draw a name. And just so you know, if you live outside of the United States, don't worry, I am shipping overseas, so you can live anywhere in the world and win this cute little guy. There's some more rules there on the page. I mention that, of course, if you're under the age of 18, to please have a parent message me or comment just to tell me that it's okay for you to enter. And yeah, I think he turned out really cute. So I have these 2 guys are in my Etsy store. The wolf and the dragon are in my Etsy store, and then the fox is a prize on my Facebook page. So yeah, I think they turned out really cute, and I'd love to make some more of them. I feel like my room will be full of them. Which they're cute, so I suppose I wouldn't complain too much if it was. I could put them all here on the edge of my bed. So yes, I'm going to put the link to my Etsy store if you're interested in them in the description of this video, I will also put the link to my new Facebook page, or my revamped Facebook page, if you will. Just a few more things that I want to mention. I finished up that cat costume that I had shown you last week, and it's all packed away right now, out of the way. I had it here in my room for a while, but I packed it in a box and put it in storage because I just am running out of room in my tiny little, living space. But I did take some pictures, and I'll show you some pictures of all of the pieces finished here. So the unitard I painted with some special fabric paints that are known for not stiffening a fabric when you've put it on there, which is very important when you're painting something stretchy like the lycra that the unitard is made out of. The warmers, of course, were hand knitted by me. The tail was handmade by me out of yarn, and the wig was made out of a fake hair called Kanekalon, and that was cut and then glued to a wig base and styled into that shape. And I think it all turned out really well. I mean, it's in my Etsy store. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping with Halloween coming up, maybe someone will want it. But if not, it really was a pleasure to make, and it was a soothing balm when I needed it. It kept me busy, and I felt like I was getting something done each day, and I think it turned out beautifully. The last few things I want to mention are some new patterns that I released in my shop. I took my Where the Dog Is pattern from ages ago and customized it into a couple of different dog breeds. I believe right now I have the Labrador Retriever up there, the Golden Retriever, the Pit Bull, the Pug, the French Bulldog, and the Shih Tzu. So I think that's 6 different dog breeds that are up in my store right now. What's really cool is that the Pug, the Shih Tzu, the French Bulldog, the Lab, and the Pit Bull all have color variations that are included in the same purchase/download that, they're all included together. So I have, for example, 4 different colors in the Pit Bull, and 3 different colors, of course, in the Labrador, black, yellow, and chocolate. And I'm really excited about these, and I hope to make some more dog breeds in the future. If you have a dog and you don't see your dog breed there, feel free to contact me either through my Instagram or my Facebook or my Etsy store and say, hey, I'd be interested to see what this breed of dog would look like. Also, if you have a mixed breed dog and you want a custom version of this pattern too, I'm willing to do that for an affordable price as well. So just if you have any fun ideas for new dogs that I can do, let me know, because I'm hoping to do a lot more of them. Like an Australian Shepherd and Border Collie and Dalmatian and Husky and Pomeranian, and there's so many wonderful dog breeds, and so I'm hoping to cycle my way through a bunch of them too. Here are a few pictures of the ones that I've done so far. And then very lastly, I wanted to show you the pattern that I'm working on right now. It's going to be the first in a series of 4 seasonal patterns, and this is right now just called Spring Dragon. And so the goal, of course, is going to be seasonal dragon patterns. I'm wanting to make them not too big, and because I don't have access to a lot of specialty fibers and beads and things, for now they are simply going to be DMC patterns, and yes, they're going to all be able to fit in an 8x10 space on 28 count or 14 count. So they're not going to be really big patterns, which I always feel like huge patterns are intimidating because then you have to stitch them and they're large, and you have to frame them and they're large and expensive. So right now I'm keeping things kind of small, but here is what I have so far of my Spring Dragon. So as you can see, she's going to be kind of pink blossom themed. She has horns with the blossoms blooming off of them on her head and along her jaw, and her stomach is going to be the same pink as the blossoms, and I believe I'm going to make kind of the membrane in her wings that pink as well. And I'm hopefully going to figure out something else to kind of make it a little more interesting, kind of around in the background, a very simple something in the background. I haven't figured that out yet, but yep, she is the very first in a series that I'm hoping to do. So keep your eyes out for that. If you are interested in that series and you want to be updated on how those are going, that's what I'm hoping my Facebook will be used for. Like a lot of other designers are able to make announcements and say, this is what I have so far for this pattern, I'm really excited how it's turning out. That's what I'm hoping to do with my Facebook page. So if you're interested in checking that out, please do. Like I mentioned before, the link is in my description. And of course, while you're there, if you want to enter the giveaway for this cute little fox, then you can. And I think that's finally all that I wanted to share with you guys today. Thanks especially to you guys who stuck around here to the end. It means a lot that you care, you know, not only about the stitching progress that I've made, but also about the other stuff that I make and put in my store. And as you can tell, I'm doing a lot better. And I still love you guys. Just because I'm crying, or I'm not crying, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It just really struck me last time how much I valued and treasured all of you guys here on Flosstube. And I am really excited to get some more progress done this week on, you know, get back in my rotation and work some more on my little bird. And I don't know. The future is open. The future is bright. It's like I'm feeling so much better. You can't even imagine. And I think it's just the fact that I had to tell myself, get going, because you know the world won't come to you. It also helps that auditions are actually happening now. That is not something I could necessarily have helped last time. The busy seasons are kind of February through May or April, and then kind of late August into September and October they start casting for Christmas shows. So that helps me feel like I'm doing something with my life. So anyhow, I think that's all. Thanks again for watching, and I hope all of you have a wonderful few weeks to few months until I end up back with you again. And thanks again for subscribes and likes. I think I'm getting close to 1,500, which is pretty darn cool. And it just is so fun knowing that I have you guys to come to. When I asked Tommy if he wanted to share with you guys, he said, yeah. And then we did it, and after he finished filming today, I was like, thank you for doing that. I think some people will be happy to see you. And he's like, well, I think it's so fun what you have, and I love to be included. So, you know, it's just, I feel very fortunate to be included too. I love you all, and I hope you have lots and lots of happy stitching in the next however long it is. Hopefully not so long as this one wasn't so bad, but you know what I mean. Alright, I think it's becoming tradition to try and end this video 3 times before I actually do, and then talking to myself in circles until I finally just say, hey, you know what, this is the end. And it is. This is the end. Happy stitching, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!